Okay, for today's cardio strength core, you'll just need your resistance band and a mat. But first, we will go ahead and get nice and warm. We'll start out by giving me a nice little lunge side to side, sinking down and kind of working gradually to get a little bit lower each time. Engaging that core, pulling those shoulders back. The structure of today's workout, we're going to be doing 6 exercises in a row. The first time, we're going to do them for about a little bit longer, but we're only going to do 2 sets of them. And then we're going to do another set of 6 exercises, but we'll do them for shorter increments and then 3 times through. So that's kind of our structure. Come on up to standing. Go ahead, give me some opposite foot, opposite toe touches, standing. Start activating that core a little bit, feeling a little bit of a stretch in those hamstrings. So we'll use resistance bands for quite a few of our moves. Today, you'll for sure want to have shoes on because we'll be doing some anchoring underneath our feet. And it is not comfortable barefoot. I have tried, and it is not a success. So definitely need shoes. All right, give me some nice little side-to-side jump ropes. Get a little mobility going in our ankles, calves, a little side-to-side motion. Just trying to get moving, get that heart rate lifted just a little bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab a knee, hold for just a second, and switch. Go ahead and open up your chest big and stretch, and then squeeze that back together in between the movement so that you're also activating your back, giving your chest a nice stretch. And then here, go ahead and hold. Give me a nice little ankle roll and switch sides, and then other foot. Okay, we're now gonna do a little good morning reverse lunge combo. So you're gonna bring your hands up to your head, give me a little hip hinge, then you're gonna reverse lunge, reverse lunge. Next time you do it, add a little twist. So hip hinge, come down, twist, wake up that core, go to the other side, twist. Okay, we'll do that a few more times, waking up our hamstrings, our glutes, our core, our quads with this one. Keep it going. Now here, just stick to a few good mornings. Give me about 5 repetitions just of the little hip hinge. All right, shuffle it out. Give me a nice little set of jumping jacks. If you're not quite feeling ready for a full jack, you can be here, or you can even scissor the legs. But we just want to get our heart rate up. Keep it going. Now switch, give me a little bum kicker. Run forward and backward, bringing those heels to the glutes. Waking everything up. Now, I want you to just hold a jog or whatever is comfortable, even if you're just stepping it out so that you're moving while I go over our first circuit. So we're gonna do this circuit twice, but our poses are a little bit, or our moves are a little bit longer. So our first is a cardio move. We're gonna be going and doing 3 plyo lunges. So you'll be here 1, 2, 3, and then 3 knee repeaters. 1, 2, 3. Then you repeat it. You should be landing on the other side for the knee repeaters each time. If the plyo is too much, give me a quick reverse lunge, reverse lunge, reverse lunge, repeater, okay? Then we'll be grabbing our bands going into a resisted squat with a double side step. So you'll be on your band, you're gonna squat, then you're gonna step twice to the left, squat again, step twice to the right, squat again. Then we're gonna go into a sit up with a lat pull where you'll choke up on your band, you'll come to the ground. If you are pregnant, you can do a standing lat pull. Otherwise, you're giving me a sit up and then a lat pull down where we are taking the band, opening it up at the top and coming back down. Then we're gonna come up. We'll keep the band choked up. We're going into chest press, jumping jacks. This is one you don't wanna start too fast because it'll be tiring. Then we'll do a resisted deadlift where we're gonna really wanna add a lot of resistance and wanna like choke up or loop the bands around our feet. And we'll be doing a nice deadlift with our bands, adding that resistance as we pull up. And finally, a plank to a knee tap where we're in our plank position and we tap opposite knee underneath here, okay? So those are our 6 moves. I'll review them, but we do want to kind of move quickly through them all so that we're not wasting any time. I'm just making sure my heater stopped blaring at me. You can always check that before class. So we start with 3 plyo lunges, 3 knee repeaters. We're gonna be here for about 50 seconds. So just remember, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 knee repeaters. Make sure you're always on the opposite side. We go in 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3, and then you stay down. 1, 2, 3, and then we switch sides. 1, 2, 3. This other leg is back. 1, 2, 3. Engaging that core. 1, 2, 3. Stay low. 2, 3. Put your arms into it so that you're really feeling the core, those abs contracting as you pull that knee to meet those hands, and you're staying low. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All righty, we're almost there. You have 10 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your band. We're gonna step on it with both feet. Make sure you have plenty of resistance so that this is a challenge. I'm having mine up by my shoulders. Squat, step twice to the left. Squat again, step twice to the right. And we repeat, okay? So we're getting a nice little hip adductor action, a little quad action in, glute action. Keep it going. Strong core. Try not to lean forward too much. We want to sink back into it. Keep it up. You've got it. After this, we go into that sit up with the lat pull. So we go into sit up position. We choke up on the band. When we come up, we do a nice lat pull down. 3, 2, 1. If the sit up is too much, give me a standing lat pull down. Lat pull down is this, okay? Come to the ground, come down, sit up, lat pull at the top, squeezing that core. You've got it. Keep it going. Squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. After this, we go into our chest press jacks. So you'll stay choked up on the band, bring the band behind you, and then you'll go into a jumping jack. Every time you jack, you do a nice little chest press. You can take it fast or slow, but it is meant to get your heart rate up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up to standing. Bring that band behind you. I'm going to actually Be holding on to both the handle so it's not flopping around and the choking up. And let's go. So we press and bring those legs out as we press. If you need to be here, that is totally fine too. We're going to fatigue the chest, keeping that core engaged so that we have nice form. As we get that heart rate up, we often get our heart rate up mostly with legs. So it's a little different when we're fatiguing that upper body and getting nice and tired. You can also be one at a time. If it ever becomes too much, one arm, one leg, okay? So we're almost there. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here is where I'm gonna show you a trick. I want you to put the band around the outside of each foot so that there's a nice amount of tension, okay? You can also choke up if you prefer, but I like this way a little bit more. We hinge and we lift. This is our deadlift. You might also want to choke up a little even if you still do that. So we're in a nice little deadlift. We're bringing that booty back. Slight bend in the legs as we hinge forward and come up to stand. After this, we do our plank knee taps. Then we only have to do everything one more time. All right. So make sure you've really got a lot of tension. It's the tension in the band that's going to really activate those hamstrings and make them work for it in order to stand up. It should be a pull, like a little bit tough. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now we can get our bands out of the way for a sec. We come into a plank. We're in a nice high plank. We're tapping underneath us to the opposite knee. If that is ever too much, you can come down to your knees and either hold it or you can give me an alternating reach here, okay? But we're reaching underneath and touching the opposite knee. Meeting kind of in the middle, below the belly a little bit, hand to knee. All right? Trying not to do too much of a tilt side to side. That's going to really activate our core. We're also going to fatigue our shoulders a bit in this tall plank position. You've got it. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, quick recovery. Sip of water. Oh, I forgot my water bottle. I'll be fine though. All right. You take a sip of water and then we will go again. So we've got the 3 plyo lunges with the 3 knee repeaters, okay? We're gonna get right to it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So 3 plyo lunges or quick lunges, 3 knee repeaters. You've got it. Strong core here. Don't forget to let it really fire up as you meet your hands to your knees on those knee repeaters. Try to get nice and low on the plyo lunges. You only have 3 in a row, so we can really try to make them nice and strong, or nice low reverse lunges if that's what you're doing today. You've got this. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resisted squat with our double side step. Step on that band. Get some nice resistance. Let's go. Squat low. Step, step. Squat low. Step, step. You can make this kind of speedy and really fire up your heart rate. Keep it going. Make sure you've got some nice tension on that band so that as you bring yourself back to standing from that squat, it feels tough. It shouldn't be a walk in the park. It should be more like a walk through some mud. Okay? Keep it up. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We've got that sit up with the lat pull. Choke on that band. So you've got a really nice amount of tension. We're going to go right into it. Sit up, lat pull. Okay. Band is in front of you, but it's also above you. Slightly different than a rear fly. Again, if the sit up is too much for you, give me lat pull downs. Keep it up. Using that strong core to help bring you up as you squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. You've got this. We are so close. You've got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep that band nice and choked up on. Bring it behind you. If it's easier, you could even step over it and get into that chest press position. Let's go for it. Let's fire up those heart rates. Remember our options. You can be one at a time, or you can take it. So I'm trying to both arms, but one leg, or full impact here. You might find you need a little bit looser tension than you did on the lat pull, which is fine. Just loosen it up a little bit. Keep it going. You've got it. Almost there. You have 10 more seconds. I find this extra tiring because I'm not used to the arms with the legs, but we can do it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Resisted deadlift. So band goes up and over our feet on each side. Up and over. We have some nice tension. And we hinge and lift. You've got it. Hinge and lift. You can also, rather than looping the band, if that's confusing, just choke up on it a little bit. Squeeze through the back of the leg. Activate that posterior chain. Think of this, whenever you need to pick something up off the ground, can you do it as a deadlift rather than a squat? Like maybe you're wearing a skirt, you don't want to squat down. This is a great way, the hip hinge. I actually listened to something on NPR about how some countries, this is how they bend over. 3, 2, 1, where we're more prone to squatting down. All right, let's do a knee tap. That was a long time ago, before news is a little more exciting than it is now. Or I miss those days though. I think that the news is a little more, I don't know, scary these days. Hand to knee. You've got it. Keep it up. Pull that those abs in, that belly button up toward the spine. Careful not to let the booty pike. We also don't want to see it sink down low. Nice and tall, nice and strong plank. Like there's something being balanced on your back. I often say a fun drink, but I was just thinking of a good one for our new mamas. Some, like an open jar of breast milk. It's like your liquid gold. You don't want that to spill. I don't know if that's relevant to anybody right now, but if it is, keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. First set of work done. Next set, we have 6 moves, but we really only need to remember 3 of them because everything is unilateral. We'll do it on the right and then the left. and everything is only going to be 30 seconds, but we're going to do it 3 times through. So move 1, we have a split squat, or you can also think of it as a staggered lunge. So the one leg is just behind the other. We have our band, just 1 foot on the band. There's some tension, 1 arm. We are going to be in a split squat to a press. So it's like an Arnold press. We're palm facing in as we go down, and then we'll bring it up, okay? Then we'll do it on the other side. Then we have a nice little cardio burst / leg burner where we're gonna side lunge, hop, reverse lunge, hop on one side, then we'll do it again on the other side. You can always omit the hopping. And then we have a side plank hug. We're going to be in a side plank. We're going to reach underneath us and reach up, reach underneath us and up, and then we'll do it again on the other side. Those are our moves. We're gonna go in just a second. So we only need our band for the first 2 moves. They're the same, 1 on each side, okay? There's also the option, if you want to really burn out your arms, you can reverse lunge, press, and do it twice. But I am gonna choose, since we're doing it on one side, then the other, to do 1 arm, then the other. We go in 3, 2, 1. So reverse lunge and press. So we stay in this staggered squat, and it's just down and up, lower and lift. You've got it. So we're rotating that palm in and then out, burning out that shoulder a bit. Make sure you have a good space between your front and back legs. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna step on the band with the other foot, use our other arm. Let's go. Lunge and press. You've got it. Keep it going. We're just lifting and lowering here. Squeezing through those glutes. Getting those shoulders nice and strong too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have our side lunge, reverse lunge on one side, and then after 30 seconds, we will switch. Let's go for it. Side lunge, hop, reverse lunge, hop. You've got it. If the hop is too much, you can be here. Okay, no problem. The hop is just intended to get the heart rate up a little bit, add a little bit of power and plyometrics. Totally optional. 3, 2, 1. Other leg. Let's go right into it. Other side. Really sink into it. Getting nice and low. You've got it. So we did a bunch of bilateral work in set 1. This is all about unilateral work, taking 1/2 of our body at a time and working on it. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go down into that side plank with that hug. Join me, side plank, arm up. We reach underneath us like there's something behind us that we wanna grab that's on the floor, okay? And then we'll switch sides. So at any point you need to come down to your knee, totally fine. We wanna think about lifting this glute up so it's not sagging down. If it starts to sag, lower your leg. 3, 2, 1. Other side. When I said lower your leg, I mean here. So the knee is down, okay? So we're on our other side now, reaching under and then lifting up. Reaching under, lifting up. You've got it. Keep it going. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. We just do everything 2 more times and then we are done. So we've got that split squat or static lunge, however you like to think of it. I like to call it a static lunge because I feel like I'm more in a lunge position, but you're really only working one side. So it's anyway, semantics. We're going to go in about 10 seconds. So you're going to lower and lift and raise that arm overhead. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower and lift with that raise. If at any time it becomes too much or you want to get rid of the arm, you can even be in the single and just lift and lower here and get rid of the arms if that's uncomfortable for you. Otherwise, we're getting in a nice little shoulder press. I know bands can be kind of awkward, so but they can also be very effective. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Step on it with our other foot. Reverse lunge and press. And oops, I was about to step forward. Okay. And also remember, if it's feeling too easy, add more resistance. Make less tension. Give yourself less slack, I should say. Too hard. Loosen up that tension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay. Side lunge or reverse lunge. Let's go for it. Side lunge, hop. Reverse lunge, hop. Hop optional. But of course, I highly encourage it just because I think it makes it fun. Keep it going. Getting nice and low. You've got this. Really sinking into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got our other leg. Let's go. Other side. Keep it up. You've got this. Hope you're feeling like your legs are a bit tired. A little breathless. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got the side plank hugs. Find your side plank. And then reach that arm under. And it's helpful. Well, I don't know if helpful is the right word, but it makes it more challenging if you look up at your hand and then just kind of follow your eye. That will just kind of throw off your balance and make you really engage that core. Think about it a little more. And that's always a good little brain teaser as well as we exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We will flip it over to the other side. Same thing. Reaching underneath. We've got that little hug. You've got it. Keep it going, lifting that hip up so it's not sinking down. Core is turned on. Keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Everything one final time. And we just got a little quickie finisher and we are done. Okay. So we've got that split squat. We'll go for that in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. So lower and lift. Bringing that arm up. You've got it. Keep it going. Ten more seconds, then we switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Okay. Try to make sure that if you had like a lot of tension on one side, you're giving yourself just as much on the other side so that we're not like giving the left side a much easier workout than the right side. Because that's not what the point of our unilateral work is. It's to identify the weaker side and try to help it catch up to our stronger side. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Side lunge, reverse lunge. Let's go for it. Keep it up. Starting to breathe a little heavier. If you're not adding the hop, see if you can add speed. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Keep it up. Almost there. Side planks and a little finisher with our resistance bands. 3, 2, 1. All right. Side plank with that reach. Let's go for it. Reach that arm under and lift. Following our hand for a little added challenge. Keep it up. Really strengthening our core and our obliques here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Let's go. You've got this. Keep it moving. We're gonna really go into those. We kind of had a preview move in our first set of work. We're gonna dive a little deeper into in just a second. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have the main bulk of our workout done. We have just a little fun ladder finisher with some tricep extensions in the middle. So I'll tell you what I mean. We are going to have 1.5 minutes where we're going to go up a ladder. It'll be a bicep curl, and then it's going to be a side step 1 each side, and then you're going to do 2 bicep curls, and then you're going to go 1, 1, 2, 2, okay? And then 3 bicep curls, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, okay? Up until a minute and a half, for a minute and a half. Then we're gonna go into a tricep extension, overhead, timed, won't be a ladder, and then we'll do our ladder again. So that is what we're doing. And okay, and I lied. So I said a step, like a full step. It's just really gonna be like a 1, 1, and then 1, 1, 2, 2. Does that make sense? I demoed that incorrectly. So it's a 1 curl, and then a 1 side step, 2 curls, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so it's not a full step. You're just stepping the leg out. Hopefully that makes sense. Got it? All right. I'm going to start my timer here in just a second. And then we will go for it. It will be for 1.5 minutes. All right, so we're going to see how high you can go. All right, let's begin. So it's curl, one, curl, one, 2, and then 3 curls in 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so on. You've got it. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're double counting. 4. If it's not challenging enough, step that leg out a little wider. Keep it going. As high as you can go. Keep it up. Almost there. Let me check where we're at. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna do some tricep extensions for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna repeat the ladder, but we're gonna do it just slightly differently than we just did it, okay? So 30 seconds of tricep extension. So you're stepping on the band with both feet. You've got the arm on one of your handles overhead. If you're really strong or you need more resistance, you can step on both sides and do it double, okay? That's always an option. It just really depends on your band. So if you're like, this is so easy, then do it like I am with, you're holding both handles, okay? And you've just got it on one leg and you have one leg forward. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna do our bicep step out move again, but this time we are going to switch it up a tiny bit. So rather than alternating 1, 1, 2, 2 on the legs, for example, when you're up to 3, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and you'll do them in a row. 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? So it's just gonna play with those muscles a little differently with a little bit more repetition before you alternate. Okay, so curl and then 1 will look the same, but 2 will look different, 3 will look different, okay? We go in 3, 2, 1, let's do it. So 1, and then 1, and then we've got 2, and then I'll do it on each side, 2, 2, up to 3. Keep it going, and then 3 in a row on the right, 3 in a row on the left. Keeping those arms nice and to the side of your body. You've got it. Just going up and up and up, seeing how high we can get. Continuing to move, challenging ourselves. Keep it going. How many reps can you get in? Almost there, keep it up. Keep it going. You have, oh, time. Looked at my watch right as it was turning. Okay, now we've got that tricep extension. I'm gonna try it with both handles for the full time this time if you wanna join me. Otherwise, just dump one side and get in the center and go for it. So lift and lower. Got this. Powering through the back of those arms. If we ever do biceps, a lot of biceps, I want to make sure we also get those triceps. Want to get those opposing muscle groups. Almost there. Keep it going, then we get to stretch it out. 2, 1, carefully bring it down. My children injured themselves when they were playing with my bands earlier today, so be careful. They were warned though, they knew. All right, get out that mat and we're gonna stretch it out. Let's start by getting ourselves a nice little bicep stretch. I'm gonna, let me see if I scoot this down. There we go. Come on to all fours. And what I want you to do is take your palms and face them so that your palm is up at the top, your fingers are pointing back toward you. And then just kind of go just a tiny bit, rocking forward and back. Stretch out the inside of the arm a little bit. Now switch it back to a nice neutral position and come into a child's pose and take one arm and bring it underneath the other. So a nice stretch in our shoulder, our back. Now come back and come down on the other side and bring your other arm through. All right, come back onto the hands and knees and come up into a nice downward dog. You can pedal out those legs if you need to, stretching the back of our legs. Now bring one leg forward to in between your hands. And give me a nice runner's lunge here. If you can take your arms, thread them behind your back, stretch out that chest. Now my right leg is forward. I'm going to take my left hand, bring it down to the ground, twist toward the leg, bring my right hand up into the air, getting a nice spinal twist. And then if you would like, you can gently place that knee down. And then if you want to join me, and you can, then grab that back foot. You might need to like lift your fingers up a little bit to help you, or you can always stay here in the hip flexor stretch. I think this one always feels really nice. Now we're going to go into a nice little pigeon stretch. So you're going to take your forward leg, you're going to move the foot toward the opposite side of the mat and bring it down in front of you. So your shin is kind of just nice and parallel. And then if you don't have to be all the way down, you don't have to get all the way down. We want to keep our hips kind of even. You can lean forward into that and stretch out that glute and that hip. If you even have like a blanket or something, you could put it underneath your hip for some support there. Taking some nice deep breaths here. This is one of my favorite yoga stretches, the pigeon. All right, now we're gonna come out of that position, go back into your downward dog, and now take your opposite leg, in my case, my left leg, forward between those hands, coming up into that runner's lunge, clasping those hands behind you one more time, looking up to the sky. Now I'm gonna take my right hand, place it on the ground, left arm looks up, lift up and looking at that hand. Now I'm going to bring my back knee to the ground. You can either stay here, or if you can grab that back leg, grab it and add a little bit of a more intense quad stretch. All right, now release that. Go ahead and walk your foot to the opposite side of the mat. Come into pigeon on the other side, stretching out that opposite glute. I really love if I'm doing a yoga class, like when we go into this pose, I'm like, I don't want to come out of it. Taking some nice deep breaths. All right, we'll come out of the stretch. And then come just seated on your mat. Let's take one arm over the other, stretch out our triceps. So we just have that arm in the air and we're kind of pulling that elbow a little bit. Now reach both arms up and let's grab the opposite elbow, stretching that tricep. All right, and then just walk your hands forward, give your back a nice stretch. Kind of round that back out a little bit, do what you need to do. All right. Now let's come up and take some nice deep breaths. Deep inhale in and out. And one more time, in and out. All right, thank you for joining me. And hopefully I will see you next time. And these will be on YouTube now, so that's exciting.